I'll tell my mom's already gonna be here.
Herbs on the beat.
Hero with 8 seconds left for three. Yes!
Welcome, Heat Nation, the Heat is on fans, to episode number 13. 13 for Bamonte Adebayo of The Heat is On. I'm JG Noise, and I'm here with my dynamic duo.
J to the U to the I to the C to the Y, and another J. That's Juicy J.
What?
Yes, sir. JG Noise and Juicy J coming back with you guys for episode number 13. And I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be more satisfied than the win we took over the Utah Jazz tonight.
Yeah, we're definitely a little bit higher spirited than last episode. An amazing win for this team, and one that you really did need at this point of the season. You go back to 8 games above 500, and you beat a team that you were supposed to beat. Now, wasn't a blowout like you would have wanted, but you know what? As long as we went out there and we got the win, that's all that really matters. This team did play with a lot of heart, the Utah Jazz, and the birth of a new Heat killer. I mean, this guy, Kayonte George, bro. He's a rookie, and he scored like 31 points on us. And last game, he scored like 20-something. So, yeah, he's definitely probably the number one Heat killer right now. And the number one killer of the NBA in general is our boy, Jimmy Butler. After I said that he probably wasn't going to go for 40 or 30 plus in any regular season games anymore, this guy goes out there, proves me and probably everyone else wrong, and puts up 37 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. An amazing performance from Jimmy Butler. I mean, he was doing it all. He was shooting threes and ones, getting dunks. I mean, it was incredible. He was something else on the court today. And you know when Jimmy's talking all this and making all these shots and he's feeling it, you know it's going to be a good night for him. So for him to end up with 37 points, that's special, man.
Yeah, and I mean, who would have expected those 3-pointers from Jimmy Butler?
There was at one point where Eric Reed said something that made so much sense. He said, in what dimension are we in right now that Duncan Robinson is making layups and Jimmy Butler's making threes?
Yeah, no, that's
incredible.
It is incredible. There was, and it wasn't like catch and shoot. It was, one of them was a step back 3 to beat the shot clock. A fadeaway corner 3, which is what Robinson does, and another corner 3. So I'm like it's like you just see it go up and you know it's going in.
Yeah, and it's good because people or other players, they still expect him to not be a 3-point threat. So they'll leave him open, and he's just burning guys for that. Like, I guess that information hasn't hit the film sessions yet, but Jimmy Butler is shooting 40+% from 3 this season. I mean, it's incredible what he's doing right now. He's about to go for like 50%. We're seeing like early season 3-point shooting for Jimmy Butler when he was over 50%. But yeah, Jimmy Butler, he has picked up another facet of the game, and he's going to keep doing what he does best, and ones and making threes now.
Yeah, and I don't want to spend this whole episode talking about Jimmy Butler, but one last thing. In the first half, he had 12 points and was 3 of 5 from the field with 2 3-pointers. I mean, I thought that was amazing. But in the second half, he doubled his points with 25 points in the second half. 9 of 14 from the field and a steal.
And I will say, he made 18 points in that third quarter.
Oh, my goodness.
He's tied that for the most he's made in a quarter this season. Incredible stuff.
And a new season high.
Oh, yeah. And a new season high.
It's March. It's March.
Yeah.
And for those of you watching, get, come in really close. Get your best friend, get the person you watch Heat games with, get your abuela to hear what I'm about to say. Because in the last 7 games, the Heat are 6-1. In the last 10 games, the Heat are 8-2. And in the last 13 games, the Heat are 10-3.
Wow.
It's
crazy.
it's March. It's March. We expected this.
I think March is going to be a year very identical to February.
A month.
I mean, I don't want to move on from this game yet, but I'm just going to let you guys know that the next game is Detroit, if I'm not mistaken, and that should be a win. So, then after that, the Mavs.
March is a month.
What did I say?
March is gonna be a year very identical to February.
Okay, well, I meant month.
No, I don't.
How do you not know? What
Okay,
do you mean
well,
you don't
with
know?
the win over the Jazz.
If I say March, I'm gonna mean month. You really
Excuse me.
I think that March is a year?
Excuse me,
I
Jay.
obviously messed up what I said.
Excuse me, Juicy J. Let's try to keep it professional. Let's not escalate the situation.
No. That's it. I'm done, bro. That's the last straw.
With that said, the Heat, with this win, have moved to...
No. We're done. End it. I'm kidding. I would never do that. Everything is a joke. And don't worry, when we start arguing a little bit more about like maybe all time or heaters and stuff like that, we'll get more argumentative. But this is all jokes for now.
With that being said, the Heat moved to 6 in the East, only half a game behind Philly. Hopefully they'll get their loss tomorrow, and I mean 6th place with 20 games left to go in the season. How are we feeling?
Yeah. And with one game, sorry that if I cut you off, but with one game we jumped 2 spots. I mean, that's amazing. With one game lost, we dropped 3, but with the game we also jumped 2, and we're only 1 seed away from where we were when we before that Denver game. So gotta keep winning. I know we're gonna keep winning. I'm seeing a very big streak coming on, and it starts with 1. That's really all there is to say about this.
I like that mentality. It starts with 1. And
yeah, let's try and get more into those players, and I'll let JG Noise set it off for who really contributed for this win.
Well, I don't know if Juicy J and I are thinking the same person, but all I'm going to say is you said the word mentality, and I don't think anyone in this game had a more fierce mentality than Caleb Martin.
Oh, yeah.
Caleb Martin, and for those of you that didn't watch the game, which I hope, there was none of you. The only excuse you could tell me that you didn't want to watch this game is because of the Kids Day broadcast.
Yeah.
But even then, we all went through it. Anyways, Caleb Martin in 22 minutes with 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks. Shooting 50% from the field, 60% from 3, hitting 4 3-pointers today.
Yeah. And he could have done even better if he didn't get better by Jimmy.
And before I start talking more about what his game brought to us, I just want to let you guys know, quick update, that he received 6 stitches in the mouth.
Damn.
Right after the game. So
it was serious.
Yeah, it was serious. Could be out for a couple games, but nothing too scary for us. I was telling Juicy J, at least it wasn't a leg injury. And yeah, he'll spit some blood out and get back into the dirty work in a few games. But who expected that performance by Caleb Martin?
I would say it's not unexpected.
It's not unexpected. Because he is consistent. As a role player...
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, as a role player, I think he is the most consistent role player we have.
Oh, I literally was going to say that. Took words out of my mouth. Easily the most consistent that we have.
Yeah, and you love to see it because I feel like he turns the flip on come playoff time too. Well, could we see an even longer reign of Eastern Conference Game 7 Caleb Martin?
Maybe. I mean, I think you meant to say flip the switch, not turn the flip on. But yeah,
Embarrassing!
I hope that we see another playoff Caleb Martin appearance. But
Man,
yeah, him and Jay Rich are definitely probably our most consistent role players we have.
there's a stat I wanted to bring up, and it's actually about Jimmy Butler, which I forgot to say. Um, Jimmy Butler is now 13 consecutive games with at least one steal and one three-pointer.
All right, but those are like those. That's like on the
No,
level of like how many jumps there are. Like
okay, but
I
here's
get that, and that's great that he's being consistent. But it's also like Jimmy Butler is one of the first players to ever have 1 assist, 3 rebounds, and 4 steals in 5 games in a row. Like,
well, I mean, I'm glad you feel that way, but I felt that way too until I read this that he ties Tim Hardaway for the second longest such streak in Heat history, fourth longest streak in the NBA this season, currently the longest streak in the NBA.
I mean, I get it, but you know that like that's not a kind of stat that you should be like worried about in your game of. And that's I'm trying to say like you like LeBron for example, he's about to get 40,000 points.
He just
That's a
hit forty
stat.
thousand points.
Okay, well, good for him. That's a stat that he'll be like looking for and stuff like that. Jimmy Butler doesn't go into a game like, man, I really hope I make a three and get a steal this game. Like, I know that he's not like scared of that. You could be scared of breaking the 3 point record or something like that, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, these are these weird stats that really don't like mean anything. Like, they're way too specific to
Well, I
be like
mean,
attributed to anything.
I agree with
Like,
that,
sure, like
but
some
at the
great
same
players have
time,
it,
mhm.
but then you have like some random player in that like conversation.
Well, I agree with that, but at the same time, 13 straight games with a three-pointer for Jimmy Butler. If you would have told me that
No, yeah,
last season, I would not. I would be like, I wish, because
no, yeah. I
Jimmy,
mean, the
I
one thing
think
you could take away from that stat is that he really has developed his 3 point shot, and that's
100%.
and that he's still probably gonna lead the league in assists or not assists, steals, and be like at least at the top there because I think SGA is leading the league right now.
Well, anyways, besides that, that point I wanted to bring up, we all hope Caleb Martin is doing good, and uh, a fantastic game by Terry Rozier, who just brought out a lot of energy in that late stretch. And I think he had
14.
14 points. Yeah, 14 points. He's slowly coming back to that 20 points per game player. It's not going to happen immediately. You just hope. And this is what I was trying to a point I was thinking of today, that you rather him figure his role out and get more comfortable with the team during this time. You know, February, March, April, start of April, because come playoffs, you want him to be, back to that 20 points per game player, and you want him to feel comfortable. He's slowly getting in the groove, and that's what you need. Somebody to start from from uncomfortableness and then slowly work his way back to what he used to be. Because if they just start off like that, you never know how they'll do in the playoffs. But seeing how Terry's getting better and better each game, that's a good sign coming into the playoffs in a month.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And I think the reason that we don't see him score as much in this game is because I mean, you look at Jimmy Butler, 37, bam, 23. When you have other guys with the ball so much like Jimmy Butler did, you're obviously not going to score as much. I mean, I think if Terry was one of the main ball handlers, he probably would have had 20 something. Probably would have been up there because he wasn't missing that much. He was had some good shooting splits. He had 14 points, 8 assists, so he was passing the rock a lot. And I'm defending him, but also a little mad because I did bet on Terry Rozier this game, and I bet on over 16, and I thought that was an easy bet. But, it's whatever. Terry Rozier had a great night. It was a solid game for him. And I think if he keeps shooting like this, we could definitely see a lot more production. and a lot more amazing games from our starting point guard. Because I mean, you can't beat this. I mean, I think Terry Rozier is one of the best point guards in the league right now, and he's probably one of the best ball handlers in the league. And I see what they were talking about when Terry was still coming to Miami, when they were talking about how good of a pick and roll player he is. I think statistically he's the best pick and roll player in the league. I mean, that's incredible. And I really do see it because the Terry Rozier Bam pick and roll is probably our most effective two man in the game in our team right now. Because you either have an opening where Bam can get in and dunk it, or you could dish it to Bam and he has enough space to get that shot off, and maybe even the floater. Which the floater he's just getting better at it every single game. Like 2 games ago he was missing it a lot, but this game it was on point. It was definitely on point. And yeah, I don't think we talked about Bam enough. 23 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. He hasn't been getting those double doubles anymore, which is weird because you didn't have Kevin Love or anyone like that. But doesn't really matter. We're getting wins, and he scored 23 points. He's definitely going to be bumping up his averages, which I know he doesn't care about, but us Heat fans do because we like to defend our players with that. But 23 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, a great contribution from our all-star center, Bam Adebayo. And hopefully he can have a lot more games like this, and he can contribute to more wins.
Yeah, I agree, and you're gonna need the best energy and the best mentality from every player getting closer and closer to that time of the year. But I mean, it's at a point where right now, I don't know if you're gonna agree with what I'm gonna say, but it's starting to look more consistent from the guys that it matters the most.
Yeah.
You know, like
I,
you want to see 20 or close to 20 every night by your starters. And 37 for Jimmy, 23 for Bam, 14 for Rozier, and also a huge thing to keep an eye on is Jaime Jaquez Jr. He's starting to come back. It's starting to be more than consistent. It's been 4 games where he's put more than 10 points. So,
And that's the most I expect from a rookie, by the way. I don't expect him to go out and score 20 a game.
oh
He's
yeah,
not Wembanyama.
yeah, no. Don't get me wrong. And what I'm saying is, I'm glad that we're going back to what he was doing before the injury,
Yeah.
which I didn't think he would be gone that much time. But glad to have him back. Glad to see that he's back to Mexican Jimmy, and he makes some tough buckets, man. Like it's not like
Yeah.
it's little breakaway
Really nice
layups.
fade. Okay. He had a really nice fadeaway. I remember that shot. And I was like, at the time, I was trying to get Terry some points. So I was like, pass it, pass it. Because I still wanted my bet to hit. But then he shot the fadeaway, and I was like, man, that was tough. But yeah, great night for Jaime. And another guy I want to talk about real quick. You're probably looking at it and you're like, 8 points? Are you serious? He did nothing this game. But Nikola Jovic hit some great shots. He had 2 threes and a nice high layup off the glass. He's starting, by the way, and he only played 19 minutes and he got 8 points. That's really good. I mean, for you to play limited minutes and still have that many points, that's incredible. And he just changes the game when he's on the floor, and he's learning every single game that he plays. Every single game, he learns even more. Like he's gonna be looking for the lob from Terry now because he got it in this game like a couple times, but he wasn't ready. But I think he will be ready next few games, and he's gonna keep learning. And I think his 3 point shot is probably his best weapon right now, even better than his like in transition layups and stuff and passes, because he's shooting like 46% from three. That's really good. That's like better than LeBron and Curry right now, which is incredible. But obviously, he hasn't played that many games, so you can't take that as much. But with the threes he's shooting, 46%, that's solid. And that's really, I think, what the Heat have been needing forever. Just good shooters. And you have it now. And Nikola Jokic, Jovic. Sorry. Oh my god, edit that out.
Get out, get
Nikola
out, get out,
Jovic.
get out, get out, get out.
No, edit it out, please,
No, I'm
please.
done.
I'm so
Leave,
serious. Edit it
leave.
out.
I'm deleting this whole channel.
I don't even know what to say, bro.
It's okay, bro. Just wipe your tears and keep saying what you were saying.
I'm gonna make an apology video. Nikola Jovic. He's also 6'10", you have to remember. And for you to be 6'10", have that size, and still be a solid shooter, unlike Dorito Bag Boy, I mean, that's incredible. That's crazy. And he's only 20 something, 21. I always forget. But I know he's in the 20s. And he's very, very young, and he's very, very talented. And he's going to keep learning. So I just pray that Spoelstra doesn't randomly just get the urge to never play him ever again. Because with the starting position that he has right now, I think he is flourishing, and he's a great rotation player for us right now. And yeah, Nikola Jovic, solid player for the Heat.
Yeah, and I agree with you were saying that. That's an excellent point that you want to surround this team with shooters, and that's something that come playoff time. And I know I always say come playoff time, but the closer I get, the more I want to talk about it. Is, we'll have Jay Rich back, who is a great shooter, and also a great playmaker. You'll have Tyler Hero back, which is, in my opinion, the best shooter on our team. I mean, obviously Duncan Robinson. I don't know. It's kind of hard, but he's a great shooter. And, you have Jay Rich who could shoot, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, Nikola Jovic, and now you're, Caleb Martin can also, when he gets hot, he gets hot. Like, I don't know if you noticed, Caleb Martin hits threes when he's hyped, like when he's aggressive. Like,
True.
when he's just on defense, like just guarding on ball and not really making any plays on the defensive side, he's not going to try to shoot a three. Or he'll shoot that broken knee jump shot. But
Yeah.
when he has that mentality, the aggression, the ability to just swat it away and then get back and hit a three, that's when he's going to go crazy. And Jovic, too, who can also shoot. And you're surrounding yourself with this team. Plus Terry Rozier. Once he finds his game, he's a bucket getter. And now you have Jimmy Butler, who you have to worry with. The 3-point shooting. That's it's looking good, man. I mean,
Yeah.
we are surrounding ourselves with shooters. We're surrounding ourselves with athletic players. We're surrounding ourselves with players that are full speed ahead, full steam ahead. We have, Caleb Martin, Terry Rozier. Like, these are players, Jaime, that are just looking to just fly in the air and throw it down if they have to. And
great defenders too. Like
Mhm.
I'm as an excellent defender. Caleb Martin. If you saw the block he did this game, you
Oh my
were
god.
on your feet.
Which one?
Jimmy
There were
Butler,
like 3 that had me
amazing at
screaming.
steals. Yeah, it was crazy. Bam Adebayo, who should be DPOY this year. I mean, we've got a hell of a defensive team, and it shows because we're holding teams to below their averages every time we play them. So yeah, the Miami Heat defense and 3-point shooting. Who would have thought the 3-point shooting part? Because last year I didn't think, but you would think that when you lose Gabe Vincent and Strus, two of our better 3-point shooters, you would go down. But we got Jay Rich, Jaime Jaquez, who's still finding his 3-pointer, but he hit one this game. So yeah, but last guy I want to talk about just real quick is Duncan Robinson. Had some great 3-pointers. He was kind of losing his 3-point shot in the second half, but then went to his off the dribble game, and he was making some crazy layups and some clutch buckets for the Heat. So Duncan Robinson, just thank you for developing that 2 game. Like, we're still talking about it, even though we're already used to it. That you could just get in the paint and just do it. Every time you do that, I'm still going, man, I cannot believe he just did that. He would not have been able to do that last year. But thank you for developing that part of your game and still being our second best 3-point shooter. But yeah, Miami Heat, number 6 in the East. We are half a game away from Philadelphia. I mean, that's tight. That's really tight. And 1 game away from the Knicks. Very tight stuff here. I
How
mean,
tight? How tight
with
is it?
all right. Okay. Just stop. All right. Like maybe even one game like could change and we could be in the 4 seed. That's incredible to think about. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
really
agree.
great stuff.
And to be the Pistons, the next team we play, I think it could
Oh
have
yeah.
come at a better time.
Never. Yeah. I mean, if we don't beat the Pistons by like
Whoa, whoa,
20,
whoa, whoa. Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say if we lose to the Pistons. I'm like, don't even say that because
no, never.
like you
I know
ne-
we're being.
you never know, bro. It could easily turn into a 3 point game.
Yeah.
Um,
I remember in
the
that
first game of the
7 game losing
season.
streak, we were like, oh, if we lose to Memphis, we're horrible, and then we lost to Memphis.
Yeah, and
But yeah,
what's great about this is that if Caleb Martin needs timeout, at least the game he misses is not an important one. Same thing for Hero, another game he can chill if he needs to. Same thing for Jay Rich and even Bam. And I don't want to say like, oh, like it's the Pistons, just get everyone on the bench. But if Bam feels a little shaken up after that collision with I don't even know who, um, then maybe take that game off. But hopefully he doesn't need it so we could secure the bag. And yeah, what a
yeah.
phenomenal
I don't
way
know about
to.
that. If I mean, yeah, if they decide to give him rest, I'm fine, and we win easily. But hopefully, we get in there because we can't just treat it like that Portland game and then just get down by 20. But as long as we win, that's all I say. But hopefully, we can get somebody back that game. Maybe Love. I don't know how serious his foot injury is, but hopefully Love soon because Orlando Robinson is just putting up donuts after donuts, zeros after zeros. It's really bad. I mean, I would look for someone else. I would look to Thomas Bryant because Orlando Robinson, I'm sorry, but you cannot play. I don't know, 2 games in a row where you put up 0 points and don't look like you're doing anything on the floor. I think he got 1 rebound. I mean, awful. I have no faith in Orlando Robinson, and I just get angry every single time I see him come into the game. I'm praying for Bam to come back in. That's why when Bam went to the locker room, I was in turmoil. I was pooping my pants because I did not want to watch the rest of the game with Orlando Robinson. And it's good that Bam came back because he gave us 23 points. But yeah, I think all in all, good win. You could just build your win streak off of this, and let's get to winning. That's all I say.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go out there and do what we do, get W's and finish hard, finish strong. I'm looking to go on a 21 game win streak, and I say that with full honesty. Maybe not 21 games straight, but over the next few games, I expect to lose a maximum of 5 games. That's all I'll say.
That's a big maximum.
It's a big maximum, but it's more of the realistic side considering we have to play Cleveland a couple times, and then some
Cleveland
tough
is fake.
rough ups. Oh yeah, we'll beat Cleveland. But what I'm saying is I don't want to get it way out of unrealistic. I want to say 5 so when we lose just 2 in the next 21, I'll be like, "Yep, they did it again. I doubted them and they shut me up." But I mean, I'm going to give it to my boy Juicy J. See if he wants to say a few more what his thoughts are over the next 21 game stretch, and yeah, let's keep it rolling.
I agree. We got to keep it rolling. The the Denver game was a little bump in the road, but that's all it was. A little pebble in the road that we passed over, and we got to keep it going. I mean, there's no other way to do it than to keep winning and to keep, um, you know, playing this way because we're going on some great stretches and we're playing incredible basketball, and we have to continue this because if not, then you're gonna be in the play-in again. So you got to keep winning and you got to keep going on streaks. And if we come out of the here, look, we play the Pistons. We beat the Pistons. That's a 2 game win streak. The Mavs. That's gonna be a tough game, but I say we win that. I bet money on that we win that. And that comes a 3 game win streak. The Thunder is tough. That's the only game and also the Nuggets who are coming up. But if we don't beat the Nuggets at home, then like I'm selling my Jimmy jersey. But the Thunder, that's a very tough game. That's all I'm gonna say. But it can happen. They lost to San Antonio, so they could lose to us.
Yeah, and
Then you beat the Wizards,
the worst part
and then we
is
pick it up.
really quick before you continue. The worst part is that the Thunder game is a second night of a back to back, and the first game of the back to back is against Luca and the Mavericks.
Mm,
So it's hard enough already. It'll only get harder, but no excuses for this team.
man, we've been having a lot of back to backs. I don't know about you, but I feel like we've had like a lot of back to backs, especially in this month or in these few months, like weeks. But hopefully March can be another month like February. I think February was amazing month for this team and just a polar opposite to January. I mean, we started off this year January awful, go into February and you look like a completely different team. You look like the team that you wanted to see when you got Terry Rozier. So yeah, I think this team is can only improve, and we really have improved already. But you could get Tyler Hero, and then you get Jay Rich back. I mean, we're playing this well without some of our key guys. You're missing your backup center too. I mean, we can only get better. That's all I see it as, and hopefully we can get an easy win against the Detroit Pistons. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
Well, with that being said, it can only get better from here. The Heat is on episode number 13, and we're just getting closer to that big 20. But number 13, bring it out with a bang. A nice little 6-point victory over the Utah Jazz. And let's go get that road. Let's go. Whoa. What am I saying?
Freaking Rocky Road. What are you talking about?
Let's go get that W against. I just had a brain fart. Why did I wanted to say Pistons, but I thought Wizards. All right,
They're
whatever.
the same thing anyway.
Let's go get the W against this Detroit, and yeah, let's do what we do.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and look out for another video soon. A little special video like that Jimmy suspended one. And thank you. And go Heat.